Happy Bad Tuesday. Welcome to EPN. My name is Victor Lucas, and we bring you the latest and everything cool every single day. This one's going out to Andrew SSJ2. One must have been taken. Thank you for watching and supporting EPN. This rundown is for you. A new battle is brewing over the World War I shooter Battlefield 1. The game will not include female soldiers in the online multiplayer. Women will still be playable in the single-player campaign, but if you want to play online with your friends, you'll only be able to take control of male soldiers. Creative director Lars Gustafsson confirmed the news to Eurogamer, saying that they're doing this to maintain a degree of historic authenticity. None of the Western armies allowed women to serve in combat during World War I. A large number of women did work in munitions factories and served as doctors and nurses, but because of the sexism of the time, they weren't able to serve in roles that would make for a compelling multiplayer experience. Several Arab Bedouin tribes had females in their fight against the Turks, which is where women come in during the single-player campaign. Not everyone agrees with the argument about historic authenticity, though. A former coder at developer DICE, Amanda Kojet, claims on Twitter that they dropped women from the multiplayer because they didn't think it would appeal to their core male audience. If true, this would be a disappointing and surprising turn for the studio. Their last multiplayer game, Star Wars Battlefront, had plenty of female characters, and the most recent DICE game, Mirror's Edge Catalyst, has a female lead. There are also loads of women working behind the scenes at the studio. Gamers will just have to look at the facts and judge for themselves whether or not Battlefield 1 is sexist. The game deploys this October. And speaking of developer DICE, Star Wars Battlefront has its head in the clouds. The new Bespin DLC launches today for Season Pass holders and in 2 weeks for everyone else. It includes 5 new maps set in and around Cloud City from The Empire Strikes Back, and there are 2 new playable hero characters, the scoundrel Lando Calrissian and the bounty hunter Dengar. There are also new vehicles, weapons, star cards, and a new mode, as well as a long list of smaller patches and updates coinciding with the new DLC. Many have complained that Star Wars Battlefront doesn't have enough content to justify its price, so hopefully the new DLC will be enough to satisfy players. 2 more batches of DLC will be included in the Season Pass, one set around the Death Star launching this fall, and a final unnamed expansion coming early next year. It looks like the DC Cinematic Universe is going to try and stop the bleeding. Following the abysmally poor reception of the recent Batman vs. Superman, Warner Bros. And DC are continuing to shake things up behind the scenes of their upcoming DC movies. For starters, it looks like the Justice League movie is going to have a much lighter tone. Director Zack Snyder confessed to journalists during a recent set visit that he was caught off guard by how many people hated Batman vs. Superman, and he's taking all the criticism to heart while filming Justice League. The studio has also released the first official synopsis for the film, playing up the more heroic and uplifting aspects of the iconic team, and saying that Batman will be fueled by a restored faith in humanity. Hopefully that means he won't be moping around killing bad guys. The lighter tone isn't the only thing being changed about Justice League. The film was originally slated to be a 2-part movie shot back-to-back, but now it looks like Warner Bros. Is only planning to make one of them for now, which might indicate reduced confidence following the less-than-expected box office revenue of Batman vs. Superman. We hope they get all the problems worked out because we really want to love Justice League. The film hits theaters in November 2017. After years of waiting, Mighty No. 9 is finally here, mostly. The long overdue action platformer launches today on the PC, PS4, PS3, Wii U, and Xbox One. However, it was delayed at the last minute on the Xbox 360, Mac, and Linux, so users on those platforms will have to keep waiting. This is the latest in a long line of problems for Mighty No. 9. It had loads of hype when it began a Kickstarter campaign back in 2013, but numerous delays and rumors of development problems caused many to lose faith. It's also getting pretty mediocre reviews, and I'll be posting mine in a few days. Mighty No. 9 has a lot of living up to do. The Ghostbusters are heading to the future. Sony Pictures Animation has announced a new animated TV series called Ghostbusters Ecto-Force. It will take place in the year 2050 and see a new generation of Ghostbusters travel the world to catch ghosts with futuristic technology. The show is being produced by original Ghostbusters director Ivan Reitman and is slated to hit the airwaves early next year. This obviously won't be the first animated Ghostbusters adventure. There have already been several cartoon shows based on the films. This new one is clearly meant to coincide with the new live-action movie, which hits theaters next month. Many fans and Sony are hoping that it won't kill the franchise. And there are so many remakes coming out of Hollywood, it almost makes me wish that I was dead. The long-in-development remake of the 1974 crime drama Death Wish is moving forward. Cabin Fever and Hostel director Eli Roth is set to helm the new movie, and it will star the one and only Bruce Willis, who seems like the perfect actor for the job, as long as he doesn't phone in his performance. The original Death Wish starred Charles Bronson as a man who becomes a gun-toting vigilante after his wife and daughter are murdered, and it spawned several sequels, each of diminishing quality. Given that the remake will be directed by Eli Roth, you can bet that there will be plenty of gore and violence. As always, fingers crossed that it doesn't suck. Summer is here, and if you and your friends don't feel like going outside, there's a cool new party game to check out. Drawful 2, the sequel to the hit party game, launches today on the PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Like the original, it's a Pictionary-style game where players use their smartphones or tablets to create terrible drawings and then have their friends try to guess what the drawing is supposed to be. For the sequel, users will now be able to create the phrases that the drawings are based on in the first place, which means drawings will be even crazier than ever. There's also new Twitch integration, making it easier for large numbers of players to participate in the game just by watching the stream online. Unfortunately, there's still no eraser, which means if you screw up your drawing, everyone will still be able to see it and make fun of you. And that wraps us up for the Rundown today. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be back again tomorrow with a brand new one. Hey, thanks for checking out that video on our EPN channel. It's just one small part of the things that we make around here. So if you liked it, don't forget to check out some of our other vids and hit that subscribe button.